Imagine writing a song, putting it on a cassette, and moving on with your life. You get married, build a career, and eventually retire. Then, 40 years later, you wake up to find millions of people on the internet have been hunting for you. The search began with a recording made in the summer of 1984. A West German teenager named Darius S. captured a synthwave track off an NDR radio broadcast. But because he trimmed the DJ's introduction for a cleaner tape, the artist and title were lost. That physical mixtape sat in obscurity for years. It stayed there until 2007, when his sister Lydia uploaded a brief snippet to a song identification forum to see if anyone recognized the melody. Modern digital tools provided no answers. Audio recognition software like Shazam turned up empty, and the German performance rights organization GEMA had no record of the track in its database. This total vacuum of information led the internet to label the recording the most mysterious song on the internet. It sparked a massive, crowdsourced investigation that spanned nearly 2 decades. The track sounded exactly like a mainstream hit, yet it had no digital footprint. Without a single line of metadata to follow, identifying the song required sleuths to manually reconstruct a history that had been missing for 40 years. As the investigation grew, internet sleuths shifted their focus from guessing the lyrics to analyzing the physical properties of the recording. They began building a forensic profile of the track. Analysts identified a specific frequency dip in the audio waveform, occurring exactly at the 10 kHz mark. This specific artifact was characteristic of the audio processing used by the public broadcaster NDR in the 1980s. This confirmed the provenance of the recording, narrowing the search to bands that could have been played by northern German radio stations. A second breakthrough came from the music itself. Sleuths identified the exact synthesizer preset used for the lead melody as a sound from the Yamaha DX7. The Yamaha DX7 didn't hit European markets until mid-1983. Because the specific hardware is audible on the tape, investigators established a firm temporal boundary. The song could not have been recorded or broadcast before that year. These two forensic facts, the NDR frequency signature and the 1983 hardware release, provided a narrow window for researchers to search through, eliminating thousands of regional bands that didn't fit the profile. While this digital hunt was expanding globally, the actual creators were living in total obscurity. FEX was a 4-piece band based in Kiel, Germany, operating at a strictly regional level in the early 1980s. The band was active in the local scene, winning a talent contest in Bremen in late 1984 and selling self-produced yellow demo tapes to audiences at their live shows. FEX dissolved in 1985. The members moved on to start families and standard careers, unaware that their demo was about to become a focal point of internet subculture. The search finally converged in November 2024. A Reddit user named Marin1412 was researching bands that had played regional talent festivals when they found a 1984 newspaper article mentioning FEX. The user reached out to the band's former keyboardist, 68-year-old Michael Hädrich. In a casual email, they asked if Michael still had any recordings from his time in the Kiel music scene. Michael sent over digital rips of his old demos. Among the files was a track titled Subways of Your Mind. The title matched the most analyzed line in the chorus, finally providing a name and an artist for the mystery track. The song that millions had been hunting for 17 years wasn't hidden in a secret archive or a lost radio vault. It was sitting in the storage closet of a retiree who had no idea anyone was looking for it. The band members were shocked to learn their work had become a digital legend. They had lived for 4 decades without any knowledge of the manhunt surrounding their music. The lyrics were inspired by the no future anxiety of the 1980s Cold War. Michael Hädrich later explained that the track captured a contrast between young and restless dreamers and the fear that someone would eventually hit the nuclear red button. That melancholic tone managed to find a new audience decades later. Since its identification, the track has been integrated into modern media, appearing in the horror film Black Phone 2 and the influential Doom mod myhouse.wad. The story reached its full resolution when the band reunited after 39 years. They performed the song live at the NDR studios in Kiel, the same station that had first played their demo in 1984. Finding FEX brought a close to nearly 2 decades of collaborative research, validating the forensic and archival methods used to identify the track. The recovery of Subways of Your Mind demonstrates that digital persistence acts as an archival bridge, returning forgotten regional art to a global record.